Hello, welcome to James Talks Finance, the show where we aim to simplify the world of personal finance to enable you to get control and take action to a more successful financial future. When it comes to your finances, it can be difficult to know what you should be focusing on and when. With the introduction of apps and online logins with nudges and notifications, it can trick us into thinking that we need to be constantly checking all areas of our finances. So rather than leaving you to try and figure this out, I thought I would go through this with you to give you some useful guidance. Weekly, your current account and spending card. It's always useful to give yourself a regular check-in to understand how you've been spending throughout the month, and so a weekly check-in allows you to review and adjust short-term expenditure accordingly. For people who think that they're fully in control of their finances and their expenditure and use their internal calculator, this is one which can get neglected. But as someone who would consider themselves in that situation, I'll be the first to admit that it's not as accurate as it could be. Monthly. Short-term cash levels. Most people receive income payments monthly, and so are most of regular payments out. Therefore, a quick check of short-term cash levels can be able to give reassurance that everything is in order and that there'll be no shortfalls. This can be as simple as just checking there is sufficient within the accounts to meet your needs for the next month, that any income which should have come in has done so, and that any outstanding commitments, such as credit cards for regular expenditure, have had their balances repaid to avoid interest payments. Biannually. Direct debit, standing orders, regular payments, and overall cash deposit levels. Think of this as a minor service of your finances. This allows you to keep on top of your regular commitments and ensure that you're getting value for money, as well as ensuring that you have sufficient capital for the coming months to meet regular cash flow, planned expenditure, and maintaining some funds for unexpected emergencies. For those of you who are in the wealth building phase, this should also be an opportunity to consider whether contributions can be increased. Annually. Investments, pensions, insurances, and a deep dive of your plans. This is more what you would think of as a major service. When working with us, we take care of most of the work in doing this and simply access your presence and your thoughts. However, for those people who are not doing this, it should be a time to assess the performance and positioning of those areas and how they align to your future plans. Ad hoc, only really for many meaningful changes in circumstances. In honesty, there are more interesting things you could be doing with your life than checking on your finances, and you might not want to do this on an ad hoc basis if you're already doing the above. However, there are circumstances where this would be a good idea. This should really be limited to meaningful changes in circumstances, such as changing a working situation, moving house, changing relationship status, or unexpected significant inflow or outflow of capital. So there you have it, an overview of the frequency of things you should be reviewing within your personal finances. Now, let's move on to how to accelerate your growth. When it comes down to it, there are only really two ways to accelerate your growth. Get more in or grow what you have faster. Getting more in entails increasing contributions frequently. This could be increasing savings at fixed points, such as quarterly or annually, at pay reviews or cost of living increases. It could be to pay portions of bonuses in, or it could be side hustles and other income streams. Or it could be any combination of those. Essentially, it's making a purposeful effort to get more in. The second is to grow what you have faster. This means investing in real assets and purposefully increasing the exposure to growth assets, which also usually comes with the trade-off of larger short-term movements and potential capital losses to the maximum level that you're comfortable with. It also means not relying on the default selection for any given pension or investment and actually making your own decisions. I hope you found this useful, and I look forward to catching you on the next one.
This show is intended to be for guidance and information